Doing a head gasket on a 93 b2600 Mazda. So they were using head gasket in a bottle, and all these water jackets here, they were plugged up. There was only a couple of them that were not plugged up. And it's a real simple, straightforward job. They make it to where if you want to take off this timing gear, they have this little tensioner right here. I don't know if you can see that little chain link right there, but if you move that, these tensioners ratchet. There's actually teeth on this little piston here. So you have to get it pushed in, and then I just stick a screw in it by hand through the link. I don't know if you can see that link, and then it sits right there on the tensioner. And when you go to put it back in, you have to have it pressed in all the way or pushed in all the way with some tension on that little link. And then once you bolt it back on, it goes behind this this guide right here, this chain guide, and it bolts up in here. You go through this little hole right here. Then once you have it back together and your cam's hooked up and everything, then you can pull this screw out, and this thing has a spring behind it, and it pushes on this guide right here. If you don't compress this thing, it keeps pushing. It'll push all the way out even with the spring inside there. You'll never get this right. And this spring in here has the right amount of tension for this motor and this guide. So that's the most puzzling part, or the hardest part on this job. I'll be getting the head back today, have this thing back together in a couple hours. So if anyone's confused on the tensioners on the Mazdas, that's what you have to do. That little link right there, you'll play with it and push down on this link, and this thing will pop back out, and there's a bunch of little teeth in there. They ratchet. So once the chain stretches a little bit, it goes out a little farther. It stretches some more, it goes out a little farther, but it won't go backwards. So it keeps that tension on there all the time. So I'm sure there's people with a question about that. That's how these things work.